This video is brought to you by True Tales of Buried Treasure, the largest collection of old treasure magazines in the West. On our website, you can search for individual treasure stories by region, or buy our original magazines themselves. To pay us a visit, please click on the link in the description. Enjoy. For over a century, Park City has been renowned as Utah's top silver camp. However, even as far back as 1868, when silver was first uncovered in the area, it was known that the Wasatch Range also contained gold. And there's reason to believe that the richest treasure of all remains hidden in the brush-choked mountain canyons above Park City. A legendary gold ledge, once discovered by a man whose tragic death kept its location a mystery until recent years. While Park City's silver mines made many fortunes, there was always enough gold mixed in the ore to keep miners wondering where it came from. The Thunderer claims in Empire Canyon, later renamed the American Flag Mine, were early producers of gold, as was the Constellation Mine near Ontario Canyon. But the most significant gold finds came from Snake Creek Canyon. Near the top of the rough, boulder-strewn canyon, miners discovered float ore threaded with wire gold, assaying at an astounding $23,000 per ton. The ore came from the relief claims owned by Colonel Nicholas Truewick, who also operated the Wabash mine. Despite their efforts, Truewick's men were never able to locate the source of the rich ore. Somewhere hidden in the rugged ledges and loose rock slides of the canyon, the mother lode of gold remained lost, and soon as the silver boom consumed the camp, the discovery in Snake Creek was forgotten. Then, in 1893, a strange and eerie story was reported in the Park City Record. Two prospectors, exploring an abandoned mine shaft, came across the skeleton of a man in a side tunnel. Nearby, they found a rusty lunchbox marked with the initials RS. Inside the box were samples of pure gold ore, so rich that the yellow metal gleamed brightly against the white quartz. Along with the gold, there was a crumbling piece of paper. Though much of it was unreadable, some words could still be deciphered. "Dear God, I am dying. I have found wealth at the cost of my life. The samples. 1. My hand trembles. I am." This incredible discovery sounded like a tale spun from fiction, but it was published by Sam Radden, the respected editor of the Record. Radden, an expert in mining, personally examined both the ore samples and the fragile note. His reputation ensured that no one doubted the story, then or now. The discovery brought back memories for the old-timers of Park City. They recalled the high-grade float ore found years earlier on Colonel Truewick's property in Snake Creek Canyon. Experts quickly confirmed that the gold in the lunchbox didn't match the surrounding rock where the skeleton was found. The theory emerged that the man, perhaps returning from a successful prospecting trip, fell into the shaft one night. Badly injured and unable to escape, he crawled into the side drift, leaving behind the gold and the note as his final testament. Given the similarities between the gold in the lunchbox and the float ore from Snake Creek Canyon, many believed this unfortunate man had found the long-lost Snake Creek ledge. It would be another half-century before the next clue to this enduring mystery would emerge. Just a few years ago, a man from the East arrived in Park City, asking questions about a long-lost relative. According to his story, this relative was a drifter named Trueheart Manlove, a prospector who had ventured west in search of fortune. Years passed without any word from Manlove, until his eastern relatives unexpectedly received a letter. In it, Manlove excitedly shared that he had discovered a rich gold ledge near Henry's Fork, not far from Park City, Utah. He urged them to join him quickly. While they were still deciding, another letter arrived from Manlove, this time more desperate. He pleaded with them to hurry, explaining that he had lost the ledge and needed help to find it again. He claimed that after making his discovery, he had gone into town for supplies. While he was away, a forest fire swept through Henry's Fork, completely altering the landscape and erasing the familiar landmarks. Despite searching for weeks through the rough, broken terrain where he believed the gold ledge to be, Manlove was unable to recognize any of the places he once knew. The relatives ultimately chose not to join him, and over time, they lost contact with Manlove altogether. How, where, or when he died was never clear to them. It wasn't until this Easterner, claiming to be Manlove's relative, came to Park City asking questions that the story of his rich strike became known. However, the man's tale was met with skepticism. There was no place called Henry's Fork in the Park City mining district, though there was a McHenry's Canyon south of town, between the city and Snake Creek. No one could recall a forest fire either. Most people in Park City dismissed the Easterner's story as a hoax. Still, some wondered why anyone would travel all that way to chase a non-existent relative. It wasn't until this writer began researching Park City's history in recent years that the connection between Manlove's story and other local legends started to surface. The tale of the skeleton in the abandoned shaft, the rich gold samples found with it, and the fabulous gold float discovered in Snake Creek Canyon had largely been forgotten, but it started to sound familiar to today's residents. Modern mining operations have since reached deep underground in Snake Creek and McHenry Canyon, uncovering ore rich in gold. It was at these deep levels that miners found silver deposits transitioning into high-grade gold. Perhaps somewhere, there is a hidden vein that stretches to the surface the very ledge Trueheart Manlove had once discovered. Perhaps in those pine-covered canyons, high above where miners dig today, a ledge of white quartz streaked with yellow wire gold still gleams in the sun, waiting to be found. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to read the original article or purchase the magazine from which it was taken, please check out our website, truetalesofburiedtreasure.com.